Welcome to the goldish.
No, it's the taupe couch.
The taupe with a little gold fleck in it.
Listen, we don't have the red couch, so
Otherwise known as red.
I wore my red hat. See that?
Oh, there you go.
I have to have something on red, to keep the mood.
And your glasses are red?
Yeah, I got to keep the mood going because we don't have the red couch. Because and why don't we have the red couch? You ask. Good question.
Why don't we have the red couch?
Because we are in a hotel in Tyler, Texas.
Tyler with a T. Texas with a T.
The stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas. Okay, well, anyway.
Okay, that was enough. Ooh,
yeah.
That was not good.
Do you know that your Sharalee is
I'm scared of what he's going to say.
She's a hoarder.
Oh.
She is. She has, listen to this. You get the inside scoop from me. Don't ask her. You ask me. You get it. She's got, I don't know how many thousands of emails in her cell phone. She just can't let them go. I don't know what it is.
No.
Some of them go back to before she knew me.
Before time began.
She's got them in there. She's got them in there. So she's doing the red couch and she's taping it on her iPhone. And she can't get the thing to work right, and it kicks into slow motion and everything else. So she calls AT&T and she finds out.
I gotta fix this.
Yeah, would you fix that?
Kind of slid down. Ooh.
I think we did that deep in the heart of Texas thing. You moved it.
Oh,
anyway,
maybe that's what.
They told us she had a memory problem. A memory problem.
My phone had Alzheimer's.
She's got a memory problem. Okay, a memory problem. She tells the woman. She tells the woman on the phone, Apple, whoever it was she's talking to, she's got, I don't know how many, tens of thousands of emails on her phone.
And pictures.
Oh, yeah. She's got about 15,000 pictures in there, too. She can't let go of an old picture. So she's hoarding emails and hoarding pictures. So we find out that that's one of the reasons why we're having problems doing the red couch, because her phone doesn't have the proper memory to store the deal. So we do the thing and it ends up being in slow motion. So figure that out.
And then what did I do?
You did something. You erased a bunch of them. You spent all day long erasing them.
I took an entire day to just erase photos, thinking that now they're in my iPad and I'm safe. They're not in my iPad. I have lost all my pictures. The only ones I have are what I'm going to have on Facebook that are in the photos there.
Listen,
I'm dead in the water.
Living with Sharalee is a real experience. Now listen to this, okay? Listen to this.
Don't you just have such jealousy problems right now?
I got to get rid of the red glasses. Listen to this. I'm sound asleep.
Oh, stop.
You're
You're not going to tell this.
And I wake up, and there's Sharalee staring at me. Like a cat in the rain. Like that. And I said, Sharalee, I says, what are you doing? And she says, I had a dream. She says, I had a dream. And she says, I know exactly what we're supposed to do. I've had a dream. And I'm sitting there half asleep and I'm thinking, what is up with this? Right? And all of a sudden it hits me like, Sharalee had a dream. So something wonderful is going to happen. Maybe we're going to take a world cruise and do the red couch from exotic ports of call. No, I know what it is. We're going to tour the Serengeti. That's what it is. We're going to tour the Serengeti. Oh, maybe we're going to move to the ocean, live in a big house on the ocean, listen to the sea at night. She says, yeah, I know exactly what we're supposed to do. I said, okay, honey. I said, what are we supposed what are we supposed to do? She says, we're supposed to get another dog. Another dog?
And the groans were heard round the world.
She's already got 2 little Pekingese that shed like rats, right?
They shed like Pekingese.
I'm telling you, man. There goes the Serengeti. I don't even get to go to this. I don't get to do nothing.
Sorry.
Yeah, so, well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Never a dull moment with Sharalee.
So we are getting another dog.
We are getting another dog. And then the dream continues. I saw the dog in my dream. He's got a black face. And I don't know what kind of dog he was. I've never seen him before. But I saw him in my dream. And I'll know. She says, I'll know him when I see him. I said, I said, that's great. So she spends the whole rest of the day going through puppy pictures on the internet, trying to figure out what kind of a stupid dog we're supposed to get.
Well, I am persistent. Come on.
So she's looking through these puppy pictures. She says, Alan, come here, Alan, come here. This is the dog, this is the dog in my dream. I saw this dog. And I'm looking at this dog and I'm thinking, I've never seen that dog before.
I have never seen it either.
She says we're supposed to get a Belgian Tervuren.
Speak
I
it
can't-
like this. Tervuren.
I can't even say it.
No, he can't.
So
Tervuren.
we're getting a Belgian Tervuren
Shepherd.
Shepherd.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Look it up. He's beautiful.
Yeah, we called a breeder. She's got puppies and we're getting a puppy.
His name is Asa.
Now, a lot of men would say, Shirley, we don't need another dog. You didn't have a dream. You had bad pizza. And we're not getting a dog because we don't need another dog. We got two perfectly beautiful, disgusting little shedding like rat dogs. I mean, these dogs shed a blanket every day. They're terrible.
I know. We could knit things.
But I'm the kind of guy, I'm a sensitive kind of guy. I understand these things. I mean, my wife wants to, who am I to say Shirley
Why
can't
does
have...
this thing keep falling down?
I don't know. It's got problems. That's what happens when you're not in the actual red couch. You're here in this hotel.
We don't have our set.
Yeah. So I said, okay, you want to get a dog, Sharalee? God knows I love you. Go get a dog. So Sharalee put a deposit down on another dog. A Belgian Tervuren dog. I can't even say it.
You'll learn.
That's probably because it's Belgian. Let the thing speak English, for heaven's sake.
He's going to speak in a different language.
So now, yeah, he barks in Belgian. So now, it's coming. It's a week old. Ooh, it's almost 2 weeks old.
2 weeks on Wednesday.
Oh, man, it's a gorgeous little thing. It's only about that big. I mean, there's nothing to
His
it.
eyes aren't even open yet.
Eyes and hair is all it is. So, I want you to know that on the more serious side, because we got to get serious. Starting this week, we're starting about the 3 Ps. Extremely important message, probably one of the most profound messages I ever received from the Lord and from Mike Fangoni. So we're going to do the 3 Ps. It'll set you free. It'll change your life. Honestly, it will.
It is.
And that's going to be fantastic. And we have spent all weekend at Canton Trade Days in Canton, Texas. And I just want to take just a moment and talk about, we're sitting there in our booth and people are going by the hundreds.
Yeah.
And some of the most beautiful little babies you've ever seen in your life go by.
know.
I mean, some are barely old enough to walk and they're walking down the aisle. Some are in a little stroller.
And some are just so tiny. Today there was a woman, I thought she had a backpack on. It looked like a backpack. And all of a sudden there was this little movement. I said, what is in your backpack? Because it was on her front.
Was it
And
a big
she goes,
backpack?
It was not.
Would it hold a Belgian Tervuren?
No, it was holding a little.
These people have all got babies. We get a baby dog.
I know. Well,
Give me
it was
break.
a little itty bitty 6-week-old girl.
And I want to tell you something. She was beautiful.
Oh.
She was, and I said to Shirley, Shirley, we need a baby girl.
And Sharalee said,
no.
Nah.
I said, we can adopt.
No.
Anyway.
Been there, done that.
Look, to be serious for a second, and we won't keep you too long, but we're watching all these beautiful children go by, and I said to myself, sitting there talking to Sharalee, that would be Sharalee. I said, 3 or 4 months ago, 5 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, these children could have been aborted. They could have been aborted. And I thought to myself, and my heart just broke. Now, my kids are all grown and have kids, but my heart just broke for these little children that never have a chance. They get murdered in the womb. And I don't know, it just really set me back thinking. And then it made me think about this upcoming election. And I don't get political. I don't talk about politics. I don't care who you vote for. But I will tell you this. If you call yourself a Christian, then in my opinion, my humble opinion, we as Christians have no business voting for any candidate that supports abortion.
Amen.
It's a bad
Here.
situation. And I've heard every story. I listen to them on TV. I've heard all the arguments. I've heard of this. I've heard of that. Well, what about rape and what about incest? Something, for every baby that's aborted because of rape or incest, they kill 1 million of them for birth control. It's just ridiculous.
Or inconvenience.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. And I'm not a woman. I don't have the ability to carry a baby, so maybe I'm jaded. But to me, they're beautiful little babies. They're created by God. He made them. He created them
on purpose, for a purpose.
And we have absolutely no business killing them for whatever reason. For whatever reason. So there's a couple scriptures in Proverbs that she could read that talks about it. You've read them, but you can read the one real quick.
It says, rescue those. This is in Proverbs 24, verses 11 and 12. Rescue those who are unjustly sentenced to die. Save them as they stagger to their death. Don't excuse yourself by saying, look, we didn't know. For God understands all hearts, and he sees you. He who guards your soul knows you knew, and he will repay all people as their actions deserve. It's pretty serious stuff. He says, don't say you didn't know, because you did know. We know. We're not unaware of what's going on all around us. The millions and millions and millions of purpose-filled lives that never get a chance to take their first breath.
This election, you have a choice. And we have to cast our ballots, and we have to stand up for them. We have to vote for political candidates that are pro-life. Every candidate that goes into office has problems. Obama had problems. Trump's got problems. Trump ain't perfect by any means. And there's a lot of things about Trump I don't like. I could list them, but we don't have the time. But he represents a party that is pro-life. And that's important. All these political candidates are temporary. If you didn't like Obama, and if you didn't like him, well, guess what? He's gone. He didn't last long. And Trump's already had 4 years. It seemed like they just blew by. It seemed like just yesterday he was elected. Nowadays they're going to elect him again, I guess. Or he's going to lose whatever. I don't know. But if he gets reelected, he's going to be there for 4 years. Guess what? That's going to blow by. It's going to be gone in a second. You bet your eyes. And it's going to be gone. But abortion is forever. It's permanent. It's done. The baby is gone. It's dead. It has the potential that was in that child, the gifts that God put in that child. How many diseases could have been cured? How many new scientific inventions could have been done? How many wonderful leaders and politicians and lawyers and doctors and ministers were snuffed out, didn't have a chance.
But this is what Proverbs 31 says, and this is where it has to come to. It says, open your mouth for the speechless, in the cause of all who are appointed to die. Open your mouth and judge righteously and plead the cause of the poor and needy. There's nothing more poor and needy than a defenseless child in the womb. It's the most dangerous place to be in the entire world right now.
I tell you something, we do these red couches as the need arises, as something comes along, if we have something important that we want to talk about, as the Lord gives us, the unction to talk about something. And I tell you, I was sitting there today and looking at these little kids walk by, and I talked to them, and, it just broke my heart to think about all the millions of children that don't even have a chance. The tens of thousands of them that are killed every year in this country. For what? A woman's right to choose? She had a right to choose not to have sex with someone she doesn't really care about, unprotected sex, that she doesn't want to have a serious relationship with, right? I could go on and on about it. I'm opinionated about it maybe too. But I just encourage each and every one of us to call Jesus Lord, to think very seriously about this coming election. We have millions and millions and millions of people in this country who call themselves Christians, and they vote for pro-choice candidates. They vote for abortion.
Yeah.
And you know something? If you do that, if you vote for it, you're putting your tacit approval on it. You can't stand before the Lord some days, well, I didn't know. I didn't do it.
Well, he made that very clear.
Wait a minute. You didn't actually perform the abortion, but when you vote for people who do, what do you
That's
do?
right.
You put tacit approval on them. When you do that, it spoils and muddies the entire body of Christ. It brings us all to a position we just don't want to be in. We want to stand for the things of God. We want to stand for life. We want to stand for these little kids, you know?
You know, when Solomon prayed the prayer over the temple that he had built to the glory of God, and he prayed and God spoke back to him and said, if my people, not the rest of the world, but if my people will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sins, and I will heal their land.
And that's what we need. We need
That's
healing
what
in
we
the land.
need.
I don't know how many crazy things happen in this country because God's ill
Yeah.
because of this abortion stuff going on, but He can't be happy about it. I mean,
For every action, there's an equal and opposite
it breaks
reaction.
his heart. It breaks Jesus' heart
So
to see
when
his
we,
little babies murdered.
you know, when we are, and I'm not saying we, like we do it, you do it, but when a life is taken, it is no less important than a life of an adult that is taken. And this is all that's going on right now, supposedly, is all about lives that have been taken and all the protests and all the things that are going. But you know what? A baby's life, before it ever even gets a chance to accomplish anything.
Okay, well, here's the deal. Okay, we've talked about it now. It hurts me even to talk about it.
I know.
And it really bothers me to talk about it. And we don't want to, just run the stick in the ground and break it off. We just want to say that this election season, we're having a presidential election in just a few months. There's going to be congressional elections. There's going to be Senate, gubernatorial, all kinds of elections. And I highly, highly, highly encourage each and every one who calls Jesus Lord to search your heart and don't cast ballots for people who are in the business of promoting and propagating the destruction of these poor innocent babies in the womb. It's just, I don't know, it's just a pitiful thing. The bottom line is, we love you all. And
I'm getting a dog.
I'm getting a dog. Think about that.
And you know what's really funny? He's calling it his dog.
You know what? We get pictures. We'll post them with this dog. We're like, listen, man.
Oh, by the way, we had a winner.
Oh yeah, but I'm not going to say it yet. I did a trivia
okay.
thing about my hat, the blue hat with the red and
I'm so sorry it took so dadgum long for us to put that up.
It was the blue hat with the white bee, and that hat was an original Brooklyn Dodgers hat. You don't see those anywhere. They're rare as Sharalee.
That's pretty rare.
And so I put it up as a trivia. I'm not giving a hat away, but I told the winner, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wear the hat that he sent us next time we do one of these when we get home. And I told him, he says, what do I win? I said, you won a trip to the Waffle House, man. He says, there's no Waffle Houses in Des Moines, Iowa. I said, Shirley, he's a cheap date then, isn't he?
I know.
We don't even have to buy him dinner.
I just wrote to him and said, I'm glad because I didn't want to go there anyway.
Anyway, we love y'all. Bye.